There she was, standing at the heart of the town plaza, her hands locked in metal restraints while angry voices swirled around her like a hurricane. "Falsely claiming to be a Navy SEAL," declared the policeman, his words cutting through the air like a knife. The gathered crowd reacted with gasps, some filled with sympathy, others burning with contempt. The woman, wearing threadbare denim and a weathered hoodie, dropped her gaze to the pavement below. She had never been military. She had never been a warrior. Not in the traditional sense, anyway. But before I reveal what unfolded next, drop a comment letting me know what part of the world you're tuning in from. I absolutely love connecting with my audience. Grace was her name. To everyone around her, she seemed unremarkable, the lady pulling extra hours at the local restaurant, helping seniors with their shopping bags, someone who never spoke above a whisper. Yet here she was, flanked by 2 law enforcement officers, appearing guilty of a terrible crime. Cruel gossip traveled fast, cutting deeper than any weapon. The audacity, they said, fake heroism. Women like this make a mockery of our service members. Grace's mind was spinning. I never pretended to be one of their own. I simply kept his legacy alive, preserved his spirit. Her deceased brother Daniel had served as a Navy SEAL. His correspondence, stained with desert grit and ocean spray, remained tucked close to her heart. She would recite them at the Veterans Center, sharing tales of bravery and selflessness with the next generation. But someone had distorted the truth, and now she faced accusations of pretending to be something she'd never claimed to be. The officers pulled her toward their patrol car. Sand swirled beneath their feet, making her eyes water. Daniel's final message echoed in her memory. "Don't ever stay quiet. Grace, make sure they understand what we stood for." Yet, how could she find her voice when every person in the plaza was ready to crucify her? The atmosphere suddenly changed. Hushed conversations rippled through the onlookers as a dark sedan approached. Out stepped a high-ranking naval officer, his dress uniform immaculate, his decorations gleaming in the dying daylight. The crowd instinctively straightened, a heavy quiet settling over everyone. His attention fixed on Grace immediately. Her blood ran cold. She believed their paths would never cross again. How mistaken she was. Admiral Pierce had fought beside Daniel in combat. He had personally written Grace a note years ago, expressing gratitude for how she honored her brother's service within their community. Now he walked deliberately through the assembled people, each step measured and purposeful, his expression intense. The arresting officers tensed up. "Sir, we apprehended this individual for military impersonation." But the Admiral raised his palm, cutting them off mid-sentence. He approached Grace closely. The plaza fell so quiet you could hear the rustle of his leather gloves, the crunch of small stones beneath their shoes. Then he spoke softly. His words were barely audible, yet they resonated through her like rolling thunder. "She preserves his spirit, not his title." A wave of murmurs began. First bewilderment, then understanding. The Admiral pivoted, his gaze scanning the assembled crowd. This woman never falsely claimed the SEAL insignia. She never sought personal recognition. She safeguarded the memories of those who sacrificed everything. And for that, he hesitated, his voice trembling almost imperceptibly. For that, she earns our respect, not our condemnation. The stillness exploded. One person began clapping from somewhere in the back, tentatively at first, then with growing conviction, until the entire plaza thundered with approval. The officers wavered, their confidence crumbling under the Admiral's unwavering stare. With a subtle gesture, he commanded the handcuffs be unlocked. Grace's hands shook as the cold metal dropped away. Moisture clouded her sight. For the first time, she noticed the faces surrounding her begin to soften. The same individuals who had judged her harshly just moments before now regarded her with something entirely different admiration. She wasn't Daniel. She wasn't a SEAL, but she had honored his dying request. She had preserved his message for others to hear, because compassion never truly dies. It lingers and eventually returns to us. As Grace stood liberated beneath the weight of the Admiral's declaration, the floating dust particles seemed to shimmer in the fading golden light. What started as humiliation transformed into quiet vindication, the type that speaks more powerfully than any shouting ever could, if this narrative moved you. Please share your reactions below. And remember to hit subscribe for more tales of bravery, compassion, and the hidden struggles that everyday heroes face.